Hello everyone. Welcome to Sugilanon channel, The Unveiling Story and Sparking Joy. In today's video, we are trying to talk about still in the subject of chemistry, and the topic that we're going to discuss this morning is naming binary compounds. But before we proceed, please support to my YouTube channel, Sogilanon channel, The Unveiling Story and Sparking Joy. Okay, that's it. Naming binary compound is a different or somehow another topic of chemistry. But before we proceed, let me introduce to you myself. I am still your presenter today, and I am Rafael Pinson, as my name projected in the slide and my picture as well. Okay, so let's start. Yes, you heard right. Binary compounds. So our focus of interest this video is just only for a nomenclature of inorganic compound. As we mentioned earlier in the previous topic, when we say inorganic compounds, those are all elements present in the periodic table except carbon. So meaning to say, in our subject, we are trying to study all many of them elements, 118 elements in the periodic table, except than those of carbon. So again, for this topic, we have to focus in the binary, naming the binary compounds. So let's start with the chemical formula. Chemical formula is the language of chemistry. We could express everything we have in our job inside the laboratory through the equation or through the formula. Just like with others says or with their means of communication, they have to use their own language as long as they're comfortable. No, in our case, we have to use the chemical formula. How to name the chemical formula? So compounds, there are two types of compounds. We have common names, and of course, we have, um, as I said, another one is the systematic name. Okay. Okay, as a continuation, I am not really comfortable if my name will not be reflected in my slide. So that's why I am here again facing in front of you. Okay. So again, let's have to proceed with the chemical compounds, common names and the systematic names. The common names is sometimes or most of the time we call it as their nicknames. Just like with somebody else, we have our common names or the palayaw, and somebody would call that when they're comfortable with such person, no? They're palayaw closest to them, so they would will be comfortably call it with their common name. But when it comes to systematic name, that's the formal way of naming a person or naming a chemical formula. So that is the proper name, right? So for a person, we have our real name as our proper name. In a chemical formula, they have also their systematic name or their proper name. How uh, to say the proper names? Of course, we are guided with certain rules which we are trying to study in this topic. Okay, so let's go with another slide. Nomenclature of inorganic compounds. Again, let's compare first the common name into the systematic name. Common name is the names are derived from physical appearance, properties, and origins or application. And of course, it is only way of knowing. The only way of knowing the common name is to memorize them. No, because as I said, we don't have any rules to be followed. So that's why we need to memorize the common name of a certain compound. Say, for example, when we say have this chemical formula H2O, the common name of that is the water. No, it doesn't associate with their chemical symbols and the numbers of atoms. And of course, when we say HCl, that's the muriatic acid. When you try to buy something, muriatic acids, we are familiar with that. That is a cleaning agent for inside the classroom toilet or the tiles, etc. When you say you want to buy an HCl, you have to use that chemical symbol. Nobody would understand it. It's if ever that that person is not inclined with the subject of chemistry, of course, 100% they don't understand that one. But when you say common name muriatic acid, well, everybody knows it. Okay. And another thing is in HCO3, that's the lime water or baking soda. When you want to buy sodium bicarbonate and then the sales lady don't know it, then they will not give you that certain product. But when you say lime water or sodium or baking soda, then it would easy to their part and your part to purchase such a product. So that's why that's the significance of knowing or using common name, right? But of course, it's the common name is only limit to our local. No, we cannot use it when we are outside in our locality or outside of our country. When we try to go to other country to study or to migrate, etc., when you use the common name, because the common name of our locality is different from the common name of the other localities and or also with the other countries. So that's their significance. But when you use the systematic name, yes, it tells us the number of atoms which chemically combines that make up the compound. And of course, each name is associated with particular formula. So meaning to say, we have to name the certain product using systematic in which it is associated with a chemical formula and symbols. So proper name or systematic name is being used worldwide or internationally. When you are in our local area, when you use systematic name and you want to go to other country, to abroad for the purpose of studying, for your advancement, masteral, doctorate degree, of you want to migrate, when you use the systematic name of the proper name, then everybody's would try to understand it. Everybody would know it. Okay, so that's their difference. That's their comparison. But of course, in our topic, we have to focus in the systematic name, the proper name, because we are preparing ourselves to become professional and to migrate to other country, and we have to, of course, be ready in facing the other people when we try to make any conversation with them, study with them. So we have to use a systematic name or proper name so that all of us could understand. Okay, our life will make us easier. Okay, daghan na kay kong gipangyawit. Continue. Samok. Mm. Shout out sa mga STEM students, my current student, the Socrates, no, mga Socrates, gihimo ko ning video for you. So that's why please pay attention, support my channel, watch the video, and of course the Confucius, no? Kamo nga section, kamo ang mga gihimuan ako ani. But of course, this is not only limited to you. This is for everybody's video inside in our locality in the Dagkagan, outside of Dagkagan, the Philippines, so outside of the country. Yes, you are allowed to use this video. This video is really for you, for all of you. Okay, so that's my introduction. Guidelines in naming the compounds. If I have some other clerical or mistakes the way I presented this, then just feel free to message me, no? To put any comments, and I will definitely entertain you so that I will know also. Okay, continue. Binary compounds. Binary compounds are made up of two types of atoms only. Bi means two. In algebraic rules, the prefix mono, bi, tri, tetra is associated also with the numbers or how many it is. So for example, when we say mono means one, bi means two, tri means three, tetra means four. That's it. So in our case, we have to use binary compounds because we are trying, not only trying, but we are limited specifically in using two atoms, combination of two atoms, whether on their own kinds or in different kinds, as long as duha ka atoms nga gi-combine binary gani. Okay, so next slide. Hmm, yes, that's our focus of interest: binary ionic compounds, binary covalent compounds, and of course binary acids. Binary acids is in the classifications of binary covalent compounds. That's why it is under the binary acids. Okay, but um, our focus is between ionic and covalent. Okay, so continuation. Continue. Tapos nakikita na istorya. So those are the example of binary covalent compound, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride, and HCl for their own kind of example. Next slide. Yes, you read it. That's a binary covalent compound. First, what is the binary covalent compound? This is the guidelines of saying the binary covalent compound, right? And it's made up of two nonmetals. This is the highlight. Two nonmetals, meaning to say, combined together with their own family, no? Because both nonmetals. And we already done discussing about the location in the periodic table about metals and nonmetals. So you should have to familiarize those elements, no? So that it would you would know these are covalent or ionic. The covalent compound also are named using the following rules. The first one is the name of the first element is mentioned first, but the number of atoms, especially of the second element, is indicated in the name by using appropriate prefixes. So that's the golden rule. Unsa ganito, kung duha ka element nga imong gi-combine, ang first element is imong i-mention first followed by the second element because we are familiar and aware that when combining two elements, ang first good ana is cation and the second is the anion, no? It could never be interchanged. So that's it. The second rule is the name and ending with the compound IDE. This is introduced by changing the name ending of the second element. So, klaro nga kung duha ka element gi-combine together, ang first element is as is, never change at all. But in the second element, ang suffix, kabalo mo sa suffix, di ba? Ang katong mga last letter sa word the second element is i-change na to. I think commonly ang three letters lang nga suffix, i-change nimo na siya with the word letter nga IDE or the word nga I. So we'll have an example that later. So let me show you first the periodic table. Yes, please get your periodic table and um, use it for your identification for the covalent compound. And let's have to proceed because I'm assuming that you are familiar and understand how to read the periodic table. Yes, this is the location of the metals as a review. In the middle, those are the transition metals, no? The 3B to 12, that B. And then the color orange is the non-metals, right? And the arrow downward is there when it comes to their strength, no? The metallic character of a certain elements in the periodic table is decreasing mo na siyang pababa. But let's talk about it in different topic na. Okay, continue. For the binary covalent compound, for the prefix 1 mono, 2 tetra, 4 penta 5, hexa 6, hepta 7, octa 8, nona 9, 10 deca. Okay? Nangaraba mo. Okay, sa una, last time, na yun kung what are the prefix for just like that, kalimtan. So please, memorize that, no? Memorize. Let's proceed to the rule of naming the binary covalent compound. So yes, we have the prefix, the color brown, the color green is the name of the first element, and second and the third is the prefix for the second element, which is color brown, and then base name of the second element. Okay, the prefix telling the number of each type of atoms at arrows. So generally more metallic from listed in the first. So meaning to say, kanang mga prefix or mga type of atoms, muna siya ang what do you call this one, nag-indicate na how many atoms we have in the formula. Okay, so say for example, CO2. The first element is the carbon, no? So do we need to use the prefix mono? Yes, I will tell you that in the cation, the prefix mono is no need to use, but in the second element, or shall I say in the first element, no need to use the prefix mono, but in the second element it is required to use the word mono, di, tri, and tetra. That's why for the CO2 we have to mention only the carbon, not monocarbon. And in the second element, oxygen, so there are two oxygens, so you have to use di, kay duhaman, so dioxide. So that's carbon dioxide. And of course, for bromine, how many bromine? There are three, and in oxygen, there are eight, right? So starting from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, always good na siya, golden rule, nga gamitan na itong prefix. So, karon bisan pag sa first element pa na siya or the second element, again, kanang prefix nga di, tri, tetra until 10 is required na sa first element o sa second element. Ganina, niyon ko nga ang mono is dili gamiton sa first element. Pero sa second element, always ka magamit og mono. No, libog no, but we'll have to understand that in the next slide. Okay, since BR, there are three, we use the prefix tri, and then yung word nga original, what's the name of the BR? Bromine. So no changes at all. So tribromine, octa. Octa means 8, then oxygen dayon. Oxygen, the YGEN is replaced with IDE. So that's why tribromine octa oxide. Okay, so the mono prefix, as I mentioned in the last slide, is used only for the second element. Okay? Please understand that one. Ang mono nga prefix is gamiton lang sa second element. Dili nimo na siya pwede gamiton sa first element. Okay? For example, ningon ko nga, naa kay formula nga nitrogen, how many nitrogen isa, how many oxygen is isa. So meaning ang first element according to the rule mono kay isa lang man. So do not use that one kay first element man siya. Pero in the second element, always ka mo gamit og mono, di, tri, tetra. So wala kay i-skip. Okay? So again, in the formula NO, so tag-isa lang sila ka nitrogen, isa ka oxygen. So nitrogen, pag name man is nitrogen, and then second element, kay isa lang man, so magamit kag mono. So nitrogen monoxide. Okay? So not mono nitrogen monoxide. That is very wrong. That's according to the rule. Nitrogen monoxide is correct. Okay, so let's have another example. CO, isa ka carbon and isa ka oxygen. Ang first element carbon na kay isa. Magamit ba tag mono nga prefix or dili? No, that's why kay because that's according to the rule. Pero in the second element, mo gamit ba kag mono nga prefix? Dili. Yes, because according to the rule sa second element, always ka mo gamit og mono, di, tri, tetra. Klaro ba? So again, klarohon na ako nga ang first element, pag mention ana sa iyang name, dili ka pwede mo gamit og mono nga prefix kay first element man. Pero kung duha na siya, di, tri, tetra, always ka mo gamit. So maggamit kag prefix sa first element, magsugod na ka sa di, tri, tetra, until so on and so forth, but never the mono. Mo lang na siya imong timan-an sa first element. Sa second element, always na ka mo gamit og prefix mono, di, tri, tetra. Okay? And change the word or the suffix of the second element into IDE. So karon imong formula nga example is isa ka carbon and isa ka oxygen. So the the use of monocarbon monoxide is wrong, no? Kay sa ganito, balik ko na ko ang first element no need to use mono nga word. But the correct answer is just like this. What is the correct answer? Yes, nganong di pwede mo gamit og mono sir sa first element kay that's the rule. So unsa man mo gamiton? Wala ka gamiton. As is lang ayang original nga name sa first element. So unsa may original nga name sa first element? Carbon. So yes, that's use the carbon. So the second element is usa ka oxygen. So you should use the word prefix nga mono. So that's the correct way of naming this is carbon monoxide. Okay? Example, another example, what's how to name this compound? Ni3, BrCl5, N2F4, SO3, P2O10, XE, the XeF4, that ano, sa X sub E na siya, no? Xe is a small letter, and of course, yes, nitrogen triiodide. So try to study with this one because maybe we'll come out this in the pretest no on Monday. So tanawan ninyo na kay mag-pretest ani. So BrCl5, unsa may name, how to name the BrCl5? Isa lang ka bromine sa number or sa first element. Magamit og mono dili. Yes, dili. So meaning to say gamiton lang ang yung original nga name. Say original nga name, Br man, so bromine. Yes, bromine. Second element is Cl5, meaning yung subscript is 5. So pila ka chlorine dira? 5. So unsa man ang prefix nga gamiton ana kung 5 siya? Oh, so balik ko no, mono dili, di dili, tri dili, tetra dili, kay upat ang tetra. So penta is 5. So mogamit ka og prefix nga penta. So again, so what's the final name? So bromine pentachloride, no? So bromine pentachloride. That's the correct name. Next example, N2F4. So duha ka nitrogen, then imong fluorine is upat. So how to mention? Magamit bag prefix dili? Yes, mogamit. Tama ka. Unsa man imong prefix nga gamiton? Duha man ang nitrogen. Di, okay, di. Tama ka, di. So, unsa man din nga element ang nasa first element? Unsa name the first element di ay nga nay symbol nga nitrogen? Ang symbol nga N, nitrogen. So, dinitrogen. Yes, correct. Ang second element is fluorine. Pila ka ba fluorine nga naa dira? Upat. So, sa prefix nga gamiton? 4. So, tetra. Okay, tetra ang gamiton. So, dinitrogen tetra. So, sumpay din ito yung word nga fluorine. But ang INA is changed into IDA. That's according to the rule. So, dinitrogen tetrafluoride is the correct name. You are correct. Brilliant. Okay, dinitrogen tetrafluoride. Next example, SO3. Pila ka sulfur? Isa. Pila ka oxygen? Tulo. So, since isa lang man ang ka-sulfur, so magamit ng prefix dili. Yes, dili. Kaya nga dili man, according to the rule, isa lang man na siya, sir. So, no need to use mono kay first element man. Ano sa na gamito ng mono? Dito na sa second element. Okay, so, as is lang yung name na. Oh, yes, tama. Tama ka, as is lang, sulfur. Ikaduha nga element is O3, tulo ka buok oxygen. So, sa imong prefix nga gamiton, try. Tama ka, try. Break ka ganin mo. Try. So, unsa lang nga word mo sumpal sa try? Oxygen man. So, ang suffix nga YGEN, i-replace nimo og IDE. So, oxide na siya. Oxide. So, meaning to say, tulo ka oxygen then oxide. So, trioxide. So, the final name is sulfur trioxide. Nakuha? Nakuha. Next, second to the last example. P2O10. P2O10, mga tawa na sila P2O10 kay O10 daw. That's O10. So, P2O10. So, pila ka phosphorus? Duha. Pila ka oxygen? 10. So, yes, mo gamit kag prefix. So, si prefix nga gamiton nimo duha man, di. So, dama, di. Unsa na namang name sa symbol nga P? Phosphorus. O, correct. Di-phosphorus. Second element, unsa na siya nga symbol? O man. So, oxygen. So, tama, oxygen. Pero pila man yung prefix, pila yung subscript? 10 man. So, deca kay 10. Unya, ang YGEN is replaced mo IDA. So, it's no longer oxygen but oxide. So, diphosphorus, remember ha, na timan ang deca oxide. Dapat deca. Unsay last letter sa deca? D-E-C-A. A is a vowel, no? Sa ganitong mga vowel letters, A, I, O, O. Then, deca, then oxide. Kanang start with letter O nga sa oxide, vowel na, dili. Vowel gyapon kay O man. So, meaning to say, kanang last letter sa deca nga vowel, A, then followed by the O nga first letter vowel gyapon, that's redundancy. According to the rule, i-delete ni mo na ang vowel nga A sa deca. So, dili na ka maggamit og deca oxide, no? Redundancy. So, dapat decoxide. Nga naman, i-eliminate nimo ang letter A sa nga vowel. So, instead na decaoxide, decoxide. Nakuha? Oh, kana siya is limited lang na siya kung imong vowel is nagsunod ang A og O. Pero kung I ug O, wala kay i-eliminate para lang trioxide. So dili kami yung nga troxide. So it's quite somehow to remember nga ang vowel nga dapat nimo i-letter nga i-delete is kung magsunod ang a og o. So a ang imong i-delete a. Pero kung magsunod ang I og O, wala kay i-delete, no? Wala kay i-change at all. So dapat trioxide. But kung ni kag deca oxide is wrong, dapat decoxide. Kung lima, pentaoxide, that is wrong, dapat pentoxide. O no? So that's the rule. I hope nga inyo na siyang matiman-an and you have to apply that in our next topic. XE sub 4, xenon trifluoride. Ako na lang i-mention but of course you have to study this and read this lecture video repeatedly so that you would understand no really the concept behind. And again, in the chemistry, we need to memorize a lot of things, chemical formula, aside from memorization. Of course, the most important is you have to understand the concept itself. Concept plus principle, because if you don't know the concept, if you don't know the principle, then but you memorize, then it's your life is difficult, no? So you have to combine that one, memorization, understanding the concept and principle. Okay, do not just by memorizing it, because you will not learn, and when you will be given a difficult or complex problem, then you cannot answer because you just only keep in memorizing. No, the most important is you have to understand. Example of binary compound ClO3. So what's the name of this one? So inyuhan na siya because we have already 25 minutes. So surely I will show that in the pre-test or post-test kaning ClO3, CBr5, B2, Cl4, PS5, H2O. So what's the name of this one? Yeah, na name. Ako rin siyang is-pas-pas na name. Kamo na bahala na ha. Next is binary acid. Kung saan ang binary acid? Yes, when we say acids, muna siya nga compounds of hydrogen and non-metal such as, kung saan ang mga non-metals nga nasa group 7, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetylene, and sulfur. So kung kanang mga group 7 is i-combine mo kanang first element is hydrogen, acid na siya when dissolved in water. Okay? And of course, diri sa kalibutan, mo lang na sila ang mga binary acid. So, memorize na siya nagyapon ninyo. So, pero aside sa pag-memorize nyo, naatay rule na inyo i-follow. Okay? How to name the binary acids? To name these compounds such as, we have to use the prefix also kay H man, hydrogen. So, instead na hydrogen imong gamiton, hydro na lang nga term imong gamiton. Wala na ng GEN, i-eliminate na siya. Understood? Again, sa binary acid, instead na magamit ng hydrogen, hydro na lang imong gamiton, i-eliminate ang GEN. Followed by the name of the non-metal. Unsa man ang non-metal? Hydrogen plus fluorine. Hydro, dapat hydro, fluorine, ano. Pero, the same rule applied from the previous nga, ang suffix nga INE is i-replace ni mo na siya IDE. So, balik ta. Ang fluorine nga INE is i-replace ni mo siya, kung acid siya, dili IDE imong i-replace, kung dili IC, IC. Muna yung kalainan sa katong covalent compound o sa acid. Again, kung sa covalent compound, ang i-replace nimo IDE. Dili sa acids, IC lang, IC. Then, follow the word nga acid. Balik ta. Naka-element nga hydrogen og fluorine. So, unsa imong first element nga name? Yes, hydro na lang. Second element, fluorine man. So, ang suffix nga INE, ilisan og ICE. So, hydrofluoric. Then, word then nga acid. Plus acid nga word. So, I mean to say, hydrofluoric acid. Okay, correct. Very good. Next is HCl, hydrogen o chlorine. Sa ganito, kung first element, yes, tama ka, hydro na lang. Ang second element is chlorine man. Kung saan man nimo, so i-replace nimo ang INA nga suffix. Kung saan man i-replace IC, then word nga acid. So, sa may complete name, yes, tama ka, hydrofluoric acid. HBr, hydrobromic acid, hydroiodic acid, hydroastatic acid, and hydrosulfuric acids. And kani nga mga acids nga binary acids, mo lang po na siya nga acids nga naa sa kalibutan. Bisag asa pa ka nga eskwelahan, wherever you go, what kind of courses you have, this binary acids is simply fixed and intact. It could never be changed. If you are confused how to use the rules of naming binary acids, then memorize it. But I'm sure you could understand the rules of saying this. So binary acids hydro, then word nga ike, then acids. Okay, so again, HCl, hydrochloric, that's those are the example. Go na lang. And then HBr, what's the role? Or hydrogen bromide. So dapat kung kuon ang GEN, mahimo siya og hydro, then IDE replace hydrobromic. The final name is hydrobromic acid. This is the process of the rules that I been mentioned. Okay, so muna siya imuhang i-follow. Since it's already 30 minutes before now, so let's make it as a quick binary acid. So muna siya example. So muna siya binary acid formula. So what's the name of an acid? So dry run na lang ha. So that's why nga you have to watch my video kay kamo-kamo ang mag-answer. Say answer. Yes, correct ka. Hydrobromic acid. Say answer. Hydroiodic acid. Say answer. Hydrofluoric acid. Say answer. Hydrosulfuric acid. That's correct. Very good. Mga bright mo na kung ganahan sa inyo. Mga bright good mo, no? O, katong uban, kung confused pa mo, just support my lecture video, watch it, try again and again and again until you understand, until you master the topic, then you stop. Okay, next, the last one, binary ionic compounds. What is binary ionic compound? We mentioned in the previous slide, in our previous topic, that when we say ionic compound, that's a combination of two different metal, but it's not only a simple different metal. There should be a rule. The first, two different elements rather. The first element should be a metal, and the second element should be a non-metal. And the electrons that's happening in here is the transfer of electrons kay kuan man, ionic man. So when we say ions, atoms or group of atoms that have gained or lost electrons, cation is positive. Kabalo naman mo ana, no? Then the anion is in the periodic table, no? Na-mention na po na ako na, yes, yes, oh, I will not hold you longer because this is the way how we read the periodic table. The first group, ilang mga cation is 1, second group is 2, 3, and 4, etc. That's we have been mentioned with this one. O, kita niyo ng mga rules na naadin na o kaning 1, 2, group 2, group 3, etc. Okay? So, let's proceed to ionic compound. Actually, guys, gipa-limit na kong ionic compounds because muna yung pinaka-simple of naming the compound, rules of ionic compound. Sa may first rule, name the first element is mentioned. No, name the first element. Kung gi-combine mo do kabuk element, compound siya ionic. Kabalo, karas ka mo yung ionic gani. Kung di pa ka memorize pa, di pa ka familiarize tanawa sa periodic table, kung sa may tanaw nimo, ang first element is metal. O kabalo man ka nga kano sa kamingon og metal kay makabalo man ka asa na siya gi-arrange sa periodic table, right? So makaingon ka metal ng first element, ikabalo ka asa dapit ang location sa mga metals o non-metals kay humana ko nagtudlo sa inyo ha. So tanawa lang na ninyo tro. Ang second element is ending with the compound IDA. So kung sa tong second element, no changes at all but the suffix nga other letters is change na nimong IDE. Okay? Yes. Oh, wait lang. I have to end up with my video. I'll just make it as a quick. So you know I have another business, so that's why let's make it as a quick. So to name the ionic compound, that's the rule. The first element is mentioned first. The second element is change the suffix with IDE. Inaana na kasimple ang ionic compound, no? So yun na kayo sa tanan. Regardless of their subscript associated with the numbers of atoms and molecules, ayaw pagpakialam kung pila kabuk iyang subscript. Imong tan-awon lang is ang metal o non-metal. Then rule, then element, then first element is wala i-change. Second element is change lang IDE. Bisan pagpila pa nakabuk atoms and molecules nga naa dinha. So let's move on to the example kani oh. Example, Al2O3. Pila kabuk aluminum duha, pila kabuk oxygen tulo. Kung sa covalent pa na, may wag di-aluminum trioxide kay covalent pero kani kay ionic man, ayaw na i-mention ang iyang mga subscript nga pila ka buok. I-mention lang ng first element nga dinha, ang second element pod change mo IDE. So aluminum oxide, no? Bisan pag duha ka aluminum, tulo ka oxygen. Aluminum oxide, dili ka mo gamit og ditri, ha? Mo nay kalainan dito sa covalent compound. Mo nay struggle sa mga estudyante ever since nga nagtudlo ko ani nga topic. Kay ang ionic compound maghimo mag di-aluminum trioxide naunsa mo naaman tay role. Balik na sad ko unsa kantong role sa ionic compound? Dili nimo i-matter ang iyang mga subscript. Bisan pag pila pa nakadaghan ang subscript diha, ayon na siya i-appeal pag name sa ionic compound nga mogamit kag di, aluminum trioxide. No, big no. Nganong big no man? Ionic compound man siya. Unsa so, pag name sa ionic compound? I-mention lang mo first element, i-mention ang second element with the word nga IDE. Mura lang siya, aluminum oxide ana lang. Pero kano sa mga makaingon nga ionic compound ni tanawa sa periodic table because I will let you see the periodic table tanaw ang first element metal ba ni og manila pagkakita ni mga metal ni kanin din nga role i-apply no sab racing sabta ninyo katong mga taga-America nga magtan-aw ani kay kabalo ko maabot ni sa America, Japan, Korea in the next 3 years. Ayaw pa maguni mag-click kay based on my observation katong mga lecture video nga ako ang natan-aw no ayaw pa siya nag-viral after 3 years 4 years etc. Karon nga I will not expect but of course in the next 3 years I will expect that this video is mag-viral na siya mag-viral siya sa Pilipinas mag-viral siya sa other country o musikat akong video. If I have something says here a very something wrong in your ear or whatever in your based on your own concepts and understanding, then let it be. No, just make it a comment, put down the comment, say whatever you want, correct me if I'm wrong. So that's what I'm trying to say because I will stand corrected if I get wrong here, huh? Okay, so that's correct. So balik ta sa kani ka CaBr2 pila ka calcium isa, pila ka bromine duha. Muga mingon ba kag calcium dibromide? Dili, ngano kaning dili? Ionic man. Ngano kaning ionic? Calcium is metal. Ang bromine non-metal. So ionic siya, no? So mo na siya ang mag calcium bromide lang, calcium bromide. Ag2O. So tanawa sa ionic ni dili. Silver is metal sir. So mag-di silver ba ka? Dili sir. Kaya nga naman metal man na sir, ionic man na so. So imong sa may rule nga gamiton, i-mention lang ang first element sir nga walay changes. Oh, so may name sa first element silver sir. Unsa man ang oxygen? Unsa may i-change ana ang suffix nga YGEN. So unsa may i-change nimo IDE. So mo na siyang instead na oxygen sir, oxide siya sir. So sa may complete name silver oxide. Very good. Perfect. Bright kay ka. Anak lang, ha? Anak lang siya. Timan lang. Presence of mind. And you have to understand, actually. Kaya kung makasabot mo, ano makasabot na mo in the next topic. As I always mention nga, ang senior high school, ang K-12 program is a spiral. Kung unsa inyong natun-an dito sa grade 7, pag abot sa grade 8, sumpayan lang na siya. I-apply niyo itong grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11. Tuloy-tuloy na siya nga concept. Kung baga paabot din sa masteral level na lang dayon. We are trying to ask you whatever you have been learned from the previous atong next foundation sa grade 7, 8, 9, 10 very good kay dali ra man makasabot atong karon pa magtuon problema na ninyo. So that's it. Ionic compound kani MgCl to magnesium is ionic metal chlorine is non-metal so magamit ba kag duha man ni ka chlorine magamit ba kag dichlorine dichloride dili sir kaya naman ionic magnesium chloride CD3N2 cadmium nitrate sayon kaayo ang ionic compound siya ang pinakasayon gyud ni name basta kabalo lang kang ionic ba na siya or covalent. My first hint is before nimo siya i-name ang covalent compound, tan-awon sa nimo siya sa periodic table kung ang first element is metal ba, ang second element is non-metal. Pag makabalo na ka ang first element is metal, kabalo na din ka unsa nga role imong igamit. Since ang first element is metal, unsa nga role imong gigamit, unsa na siya compound, ionic din na siya. So mo din nga role. Pag tan-aw nimo nga puro non-metal, so mo po din nga role imong gamiton. Mao na ang imuhang timan-an ha para ma-perfect ka sa ito ang quiz. Kaya kung wala naman sa natiman-an, problema na si mong tibuok kinabuhi. Okay? And there are other methods of naming the, wala, how many times na? 39 minutes. Okay, let's check. And there are two methods of naming also the ionic compounds. We have here the method one, or shall I say, the older method, which is classical. And then the method two is the stock system or the latest method. How to use the an older, katong method one. Well, an older, we have to less useful methods in naming cations uses a root word which different suffix and the end of the word. So, ang method 1, ang older method or classical, mag-name ganita na is use, magamit ang root word niya sa element. So, for example, kanang iron, Fe, unsa man na siya, from Latin word, nga ferrum. Ferrum kay yung oxidation number, kabalatan sa oxidation number, yung charge is kanang 2. Ang ferric, yung charge is 3. So meaning to say, atong timan andre sa paggamit og method 1 method 2 is iyang oxidation number nga higher or lower. Kay ang lower nga charge mo gamit ka og OUS and ang higher nga charge mo gamit kag I. Mga sentiman na diri nga somehow confusing na pod. So again, kung ang suffix nga OUS is used to name the cation with the lower number of ionic charge, and then the suffix "ike" is used to higher number of ionic charges. Say for example, ang using the system Fe2 o Fe3, kinsay higher 3, si lower 2. So si 2 mo ferrous imo gamiton, si 3 ferric, you know? Pero kani sila nga mga ions are limited lang ni sila. So they appear in the transition metal in which you have to really memorize this. Kanus ama kami og ferrous og ferric kung wala ka kabalo nga duha da iyang charge ana, pero kung yes dapat kabalo ka kung pila iyang charge. Kinsa to ang mag ferrous og ferric kay limited lang na sila. Na kay Cupros, Cupric. I will give you the summary of that one. Mo nga summary sa magamit ka og kanang symbols, kanang symbol tanaw sa table na I see. So sorry for this, wrong man is Cu2 plus ang gibutang no nga copper 1 ion, that's should be copper, yang oxidation number is 1 plus, nasayop ang libro kay 1 man na siya, then ang siya copper 2 plus, so copper 2 ion. Ang higher number nga to mo nang cupric, kaning 1 plus nga isa cupros. Next, lead. Lead 2 ion plumbous and lead 3 ion plumbic, no? Ang classical gani mogamit kag OUS og IC na word. Ang stock system, you have to use the Roman numerals. Okay? Mogamit kag Roman numerals na gamiton. So Roman numerals nag-indicate siya sa number of charge. For example, Fe2 plus. So ang Fe2 plus, kung magamit kag stock system, magamit kag iron 2 kay 2 man iyang charge. Pero sa classical, OUS imong gamiton. Okay, say for this example, kana siya. Mga daghan nga mga example niya. And this is for ionic compound example name this compound in NaCl, CaCl2, Al2O3. So and the name of this are sodium chloride, magnesium oxide, aluminum oxide, iron 2 bromide, copper 2 iodide. So kanang nagamit ang Roman numerals, mga stock system na siya. Kung saan ay paggamit anong name, sir? Depende na sa inyo kung saan niyo siya pag-name. Sometimes depende sa instruction. Kung ko nga name this compounds using stock system, so kanin yung gamitan ng Roman numerals. Pero kung ko sa quiz nga name this compound using classical system, so magamit kag copros, copric. Pero kung walay rule nga akong gimension, ikaw na bahala kung saan mo pag-name, ha. Nala lang na siya, ka-simple. Hala! And I think that's the end of my video, no? As a recap, this video is all about binary compounds. We have ionic, covalent, and acids. Ang covalent is both, combination of both non-metal, and ionic is metal and non-metal. And to name these compounds each, we have all the videos, slides here appeared. And I highly appreciated those students who really watched my video from cover to cover without any skip. If you watch my video and there's any advertisement, please do not skip the advertisement as a support for this YouTube channel. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to say thank you who are keep watching on my video. And I will be uploading next topic about ternary, naming ternary acids. Ternary acids is, ternary means more than two. Karon gani is binary is duha. Karon ternary is a complex but than binary. So that's my next video to be uploaded later. Okay, this is me again, and thank you for watching from the bottom of my heart, and God bless us all, and thank